In the world of video games, few characters are as notorious for their escapades as Henry Stickmin. From daring heists to elaborate prison breaks, Henry's adventures are legendary among gamers. But what if the long arm of the law finally caught up with him? Let's delve into the hypothetical scenario of Henry Stickmin facing charges for his crimes.
Freeze! Don't move!
The allegations against Henry Stickmin. If Henry Stickmin were to face charges for his crimes, the allegations against him would encompass a wide range of offenses. From elaborate heists to daring jailbreaks, Henry has been implicated in numerous illegal activities throughout his gaming adventures. Accusations of burglary, theft, vandalism, and assault would likely feature prominently in the legal proceedings. Additionally, his repeated escapes from custody and disregard for law enforcement would only add to the list of charges against him. Overall, the allegations against Henry Stickmin would paint a picture of a seasoned criminal mastermind with a penchant for bending the rules to suit his own purposes. The legal implications. If Henry Stickmin were to face charges for his crimes, the legal implications would be significant. Given the gravity of his offenses, he would likely be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The complex nature of his escapades, often involving high-security facilities and sophisticated schemes, would pose challenges for law enforcement and prosecutors. The charges against him would range from petty theft and property damage to more serious offenses, such as breaking and entering, grand theft, and even assault. Moreover, his repeated acts of evading capture and resisting arrest could result in additional charges of obstruction of justice. Overall, the legal implications for Henry Stickmin would be considerable, with potential consequences including substantial fines, lengthy prison sentences, and a tarnished reputation as a notorious criminal mastermind. Defense strategies. If Henry Stickmin were to be charged for his crimes, his defense strategies would likely focus on challenging the evidence against him and undermining the prosecution's case. Given his resourcefulness and cunning, Henry might employ various tactics to cast doubt on the charges brought against him. This could involve highlighting inconsistencies in witness testimonies, questioning the legality of police procedures, or presenting alternative explanations for his actions. Additionally, Henry might argue that his actions were justified under the circumstances, or that he was coerced into committing certain crimes by external forces. Moreover, his defense team might emphasize mitigating factors, such as his lack of prior criminal history or the possibility of rehabilitation. Overall, Henry Stickmin's defense strategies would likely be as unconventional and unpredictable as his criminal exploits, reflecting his ingenuity and determination to evade accountability. Public opinion. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes, public opinion would likely be divided. On one hand, some may view him as a charismatic anti-hero, applauding his ingenuity and daring escapades. These individuals might see Henry as a symbol of rebellion against authority and root for his success in outsmarting law enforcement. On the other hand, there would be those who condemn his actions as reckless and harmful, pointing to the potential dangers posed by his criminal behavior. These critics might argue that Henry's disregard for the law undermines societal norms and sets a dangerous precedent for others. Overall, public opinion on Henry Stickmin's charges would likely vary depending on individual perspectives, with some admiring his audacity, while others decry his disregard for the rule of law. The role of evidence. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes, the role of evidence would be crucial in determining his guilt or innocence. Prosecutors would rely on various forms of evidence, including surveillance footage, eyewitness testimony, and physical evidence recovered from crime scenes, to build their case against him. However, given Henry's knack for meticulous planning and execution, obtaining concrete evidence to link him directly to the crimes may prove challenging. Henry's ability to cover his tracks and create diversions could result in a lack of conclusive evidence tying him to the scenes of his alleged offenses. Conversely, his defense team would likely scrutinize the reliability and authenticity of the evidence presented by the prosecution, seeking to undermine its credibility and raise doubts about Henry's culpability. Overall, the role of evidence in Henry Stickmin's case would be pivotal in shaping the outcome of the legal proceedings and determining whether justice is served. Sentencing and punishment. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes and found guilty, the sentencing and punishment would depend on the severity of the offenses and any mitigating factors considered by the court. Given the wide range of his criminal activities, ranging from petty theft to elaborate heists, the potential penalties could vary significantly. For lesser offenses, Henry might face fines, probation, or community service. However, for more serious charges such as grand theft or assault, he could be looking at substantial prison sentences. Additionally, the court might take into account Henry's past criminal record, if any, as well as any remorse or cooperation shown during the legal proceedings. Ultimately, the sentencing and punishment imposed on Henry Stickmin would aim to both hold him accountable for his actions and deter others from engaging in similar criminal behavior. Societal impact and reflection. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes, the societal impact and reflection would be significant. Henry's exploits have captured the imagination of many, with his daring escapades often portrayed in a lighthearted and comedic manner. However, if he were to face legal consequences for his actions, it would prompt society to reflect on the consequences of glorifying criminal behavior. Some may view Henry as a folk hero, celebrating his ingenuity and resourcefulness in overcoming challenges. Others, however, might recognize the potential harm caused by glamorizing crime and may advocate for a more nuanced understanding of the implications of his actions. Furthermore, Henry's case could spark discussions about the underlying factors that drive individuals to engage in criminal behavior, such as socioeconomic disparities or feelings of disenfranchisement. Overall, the societal impact and reflection stemming from Henry Stickmin's charges would serve as a reminder of the complexities surrounding crime and justice in modern society. Navigating legal fiction. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes, navigating legal fiction would present a unique challenge for both the prosecution and defense. Henry's escapades often blur the line between reality and fiction, with his exploits featuring exaggerated scenarios and improbable outcomes. As a result, interpreting the events surrounding his alleged crimes would require a careful examination of the evidence and a discerning eye for the truth amidst the layers of fiction. The prosecution would need to present a compelling case that separates fact from fiction, highlighting the tangible evidence of Henry's wrongdoing while avoiding getting lost in the elaborate narratives of his adventures. Conversely, Henry's defense team could leverage the ambiguity of his actions, arguing that his escapades were merely part of a fictional universe and not indicative of real criminal intent. Navigating legal fiction in Henry Stickmin's case would require a delicate balance between acknowledging the fantastical elements of his adventures and upholding the principles of justice and accountability in the real world. The fight for redemption. If Henry Stickmin were charged for his crimes, the fight for redemption would be a long and arduous one. Throughout his adventures, Henry has often found himself on the wrong side of the law, engaging in actions that would typically be considered criminal. However, Henry's character is complex, and his motivations are not always driven by greed or malice. In many instances, he has acted out of necessity, seeking to right wrongs or achieve a greater good. As such, if faced with legal consequences, Henry may seek redemption by cooperating with authorities, offering restitution to his victims, and demonstrating genuine remorse for his actions. Additionally, Henry may use his skills and resourcefulness to make amends for his past deeds, perhaps by using his talents for the benefit of society or assisting law enforcement in apprehending more dangerous criminals. Ultimately, the fight for redemption would require Henry to confront his past. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging discussions.